From your rolling like a ball, you go into your stomach series exercises. Today we're going to show you 4 of the major exercises in stomach series, and you proceed forward with these exercises as you become stronger. The first exercise is a single leg stretch. So one knee is bent in and the other leg is extended out. The knee that is bent, you touch the leg gently, and this is where the contraction of the abdominals come in. You exhale and you're going to roll your spine down to the mat, and the tip of the shoulders curl up, and this is where you anchor from your upper ab curl. If it is too difficult to stay up in the upper ab curl, your head can be down. If you feel comfortable with your upper ab curl, curl up. Gazing down at the abdominals. Your opposite leg is reaching out, and this leg is long and strong. This is your stretch here. This is the contraction of the abdominals. The contraction of the abdominals comes from the placement of the fingertips. The fingertips are reaching strong into the legs. So you inhale, and as you exhale, you hold those core muscles ever so tight, like that very heavy lead bank that is on top. Switch your legs, and your arms stay in place. So now you recontract those muscles. Switch your legs, exhale. What I want her to imagine that she's pushing a boulder away, pushing the wall away. See how her feet are nice and flat. She's gonna push, release, and push, and release. Pushing something heavy away that helps contract the abdominals. This is a deep kinetic loop. It helps her contract as she reaches into their fingertips. You want to work towards 5 on each side. And then bend your knees in, roll your head down, and rest your upper ab curl. Eventually, you'll find you'll be able to stay up for the entire series. The second exercise in our stomach series is double leg stretch. And exactly what it is, just like your single leg. You're really stretching out those ligaments as you work from your core. You're moving your legs from your center. So you're going to curl up really strong, and first you're in together like a ball. So grab your ankles. Curling up, up, up. And then you're going to reach your arms long by your ears as you extend your legs out, gazing down, and then circle your arms in and curl in. And then inhale to reach out, gazing down, and exhale, curl in. You want your eyes to stay down on your abdominals. It helps you control your abdominals. You want to think nose to navel really helps. And if you need to reach your head down, lay your head down, and you can continue. Reach out, curl in deep. Reach out, curl in deep. You want to work up to 5. Reach out and curl in deep. And then rest down. This third exercise, we're going on to what we call the scissors. And again, your legs and your hands are going to work together, create support so that you can access those core muscles. So one leg is going to reach the ceiling. The hands go behind the back of that leg, down nice and low. And your other leg is going to reach out. If you want to keep your head down, this is how you would keep your head. And then you slowly switch your legs and then exhale. You do get a nice hamstring stretch with this. You're going to walk your legs up, switch, exhale. You want to continue that nice Pilates breathing. And then if you feel okay, to come up to your upper ab curl. This exercise actually is very good at helping access the upper ab curl. So if you use the upper ab curl at this time, your hands connecting into your legs helps support and anchor the back muscles so you can stay in that nice curl and get this stronger feeling in your upper abdominals. Exhales. So you want 5 on each side, and then bend your knees in, give yourself a hug, and your head goes down. And for our last exercise on the stomach series, we go to elbow to knee. The hands will go behind the back of the head. Elbows are really stretching out, and you really keep your fingers open. Let the base of the head reach into the fingers, and then you curl up nice and strong in that upper ab curl, really folding at the sternum. One leg will reach out, and then your opposite elbow twists over, and you look at that elbow behind you. Then you come to your center, bend both knees in, and then twist the opposite side. Inhale to come to your center, curl up, exhale, and twist. Again, we're creating a detoxifying movement here as well as accessing the core. You're moving your legs and your arms from your center. You're going to twist, come to your center, and lift, and twist, come to your center, and lift. And then bring your head down and rest all the way down. After stomach series, in the protocol of Pilates, is a spine stretch. So Sherry's going to curl up, come up to sitting, and she's going to separate her legs just hip distance apart. So you don't want to stretch your legs out too far. And this abdominal movement, first you want to think of that navel to spine. You want to imagine that a string is pulling your abdominals in towards your back. She's going to start out with taking her hands to the mat, and she's going to inhale, pull her abdominals in really tight, and then exhale, she's going to walk her hands out as she gently stretches her spine. You may need to keep your knees very, very soft if you have tight hamstrings so you can get the lower spine stretch. Then she wants to imagine that she's growing her spine tall from the base of her spine, coming up like there's a wall there, bone by bone, all the way through the crown of her head. So gazing down, scoop your belly in tight. So you want to imagine that string, and then walk the hands forward. It's the connection of the abdominals that's supporting the low back to allow for this stretch to go safely, and then come up from the base of the spine, bone by bone, all the way tall. And then when you feel as though you have the idea of how to keep your abdominals in as you're stretching forward, you bring your arms to the front, just reaching straight out of your shoulders. But the shoulders stay way down your back. You nod forward and down. Inhale, scoop that belly in tight, and then exhale and stretch, and the crown of your head can come down. And then you scoop in really tight, continue to access those abdominals, and then grow tall. And then we'll do that one more time. Inhale, gazing down, scooping in tight, reaching forward, really using that exhale. And then she can take another breath, inhale, and then exhale to move, and then resting her arms down. Next, we're going to do a modified spine twist. The spine twist is a very important part of Pilates because this action wrings out the lungs. So we're going to sit in a cross-legged position. And if the cross-legged position is too difficult, you can just bring your feet together. And your hands are going to go up to your shoulders. And you're going to sit up really tall like that wall is against you. And you're going to twist to one side. You inhale, grow really tall, and then you exhale to twist. And then come to your center, inhale, and exhale, and you're going to twist around the body. And then come center. Inhale, twist, and come to your center. When you're seated, you want to imagine that you're sitting on ice picks. That really helps engage the low pelvic floor. So this action, imagine inside your body, is actually wringing out your lungs, keeping those lungs nice and healthy, which is a big piece of the studies of the Pilates movement. And exhale, and then rest your arms all the way down. Next, we're going to go over to our hands and knees, and we're going to do a little spinal articulation. This is a familiar exercise. It's called cat. And you're going to come over to your hands and knees. And your knees are lying straight under your hips, and your feet are nice and flat. Your hands are under your shoulders, and you want the palms of your hands really reaching down. So with an inhale, you want to reach a lot of energy into the palms of your hands. And as soon as you do that, you'll feel a contraction in your abdominals. And then think again of that navel to spine. That string is pulling your abdominals up into the spine. And as you do that, the center of the spine comes to an automatic C shape. And then as you exhale, you want to straighten out the spine and get some nice alignment here. And then inhale, tucking the abdominals in gives you a nice stretch in your back. And then exhale, and then the neck is nice and long. And then from here, you can slide back to your heels and give yourself a gentle stretch. Again, continue to press those palms deeply down into the mat. You'll stretch through the shoulder blades. and it will continue to access your abdominal muscles. And then come up. From here, we're going to do a modified position for the Pilates push-up. The Pilates push-up is a little different than traditional push-ups in that your arms are in very close to the center of your body. We're using a cross-leg position. You need to keep your shoulder blades together. You want to imagine you're squeezing your walnut here, and keep your abdominals in really tight. Sherry's going to slowly bend her elbows down, and then she's going to exhale and lift up. And this movement completely comes from your abdominals. Your smaller muscles help support you, but it's the movement of the abdominals that help you to access the energy so that you can reach all the way through your arms. Inhale, and then exhale deeply, come up. You want to work up to 5. Inhale, reaching down, and then exhale, lifting up. And then you can slide back to your heels and give yourself that gentle rest. In Pilates, we call this piece of heaven, and it really is after you've done all that. And then slowly come up. Next, we're going to lay down on our side, and we're going to work our side oblique muscles. You want to be nice and long, nice and straight, like a pencil. And the front of your hand is just going to rest right in front of your abdominals. Your head is resting into your arms. You really need to squeeze your legs, your inner thighs, so it creates that energy in that low pelvic floor. With an inhale, you're going to elevate the legs, exhale, and bring the legs down. You want to imagine that you're right in between a pane of glass as you lift. Inhale to lift up, and exhale to come down. You want to work up to 5. Inhale and exhale. And as you can see, it's really squeezing the waistline. And we like to do these kind of exercises because we like how it looks, just like a strong core. But these are your strong girdle muscles. And then rest. And then we'll flip over and do the other side. So you're just going to spin your feet around and go the other way. So that alignment is very important. You want your legs straight out of your hips. Feet are flat, hands right in front of the abdominals, shoulders are resting, your head is resting in between your arms. You want to squeeze your legs together very tightly, and then down. Make sure you do not over-access the arms because it will reduce some of the contraction in the abdominals. If you want to use the pillow in between your inner thighs again, it will help you give the strength to lift up and down. If you find that it's very difficult, use the pillow. It will really help because it will create the energy in that low pelvic floor. So again, working up to 3 to 5, and then down. And then slowly you're going to come up. And then take a little stretch forward and just hug your knees in like that ball position. It decompresses the spine. And then you're going to come up to standing.